Owners sending EVs to junkyards after the first breakdown, quoted as saying, "Not worth fixing." Electric vehicles have been praised as the future of transportation, but their owners are discovering a harsh truth. These high-tech cars often end up in the junkyard after just one breakdown. From sky-high repair costs to exorbitant insurance premiums, EVs come with a host of hidden expenses that make them a risky and impractical choice. So, let's dive into why these so-called marvels of modern engineering often meet an early and unceremonious end. Not worth fixing. The first reason why EV owners are increasingly sending their cars to junkyards after the first breakdown, they're simply not worth fixing. One major factor here is the exorbitant cost of repairs. EVs are packed with cutting-edge technology and components that are vastly different from those in traditional gas-powered cars. While this might sound cool, it comes with a hefty price tag when things go wrong. Even minor damage to an EV can lead to sky-high repair bills. The complexity of their electrical systems and the scarcity of specialized mechanics drive these costs through the roof. Now, let's talk about insurance. You would think that insurance companies would be all in on EVs, given the green credentials and all that, but in reality, they are quite wary. The reason? Well, when an EV gets even a little dinged up, insurers often decide it's more cost-effective to write off the vehicle than to cover the repair costs. That means they're declaring the car a total loss and sending it straight to the junkyard, even if the damage is relatively minor. So why does this happen? Well, insurers know that fixing an EV often involves replacing entire sections of the vehicle's complex and integrated systems. A small fender bender might even mean replacing not just the bumper, but also parts of the battery pack, the sensors, and the intricate wiring that connects all of it together. It isn't like swapping out a muffler or a headlight on a gas-powered car. It's a whole different ballgame that can turn into thousands of dollars pretty quickly. This leaves EV owners in a bit of a tough spot. Imagine you've just invested a significant chunk of money into what you thought was a car of the future. Then, a minor accident happens and you're hit with repair estimates that make your jaw drop. Even worse, your insurance company decides, hey, it's not worth fixing, and writes off your car. Suddenly you're stuck with a junked EV and a harsh reality check about the true cost of going electric. This shows a major flaw in the push towards electric vehicles. They're touted as eco-friendly and cost-effective in the long run, but the reality of ownership can be far different. When repair costs are sky-high and insurance companies are quick to scrap them, it's hard to see how they're a practical or economical choice for the average driver. In the end, the narrative that EVs are the ultimate automotive solution starts to crumble when faced with the real-world implications of the repair and insurance costs. Owners are finding out the hard way that these cars might not be worth the investment, especially when even minor issues can send them to the junkyard permanently. So while the EV revolution rolls on, it's worth considering whether these vehicles are truly ready for the prime time, or if they're just a costly and impractical experiment. Lack of trained technicians. Another reason is the glaring lack of trained technicians. This shortage is a big reason why many owners are choosing to send their EVs to junkyards after the first breakdown. Their auto repair industry has been around for over a century, built on the mechanics of gas-powered vehicles. These cars have been the standard for generations, meaning there's a vast network of skilled mechanics who can diagnose and fix just about any problem you encounter. But EVs are a whole different beast. They come with unique components, advanced electronics, and complex battery systems that require specialized knowledge and training. Ultimately, the number of technicians who possess this expertise is painfully low. When an EV breaks down, finding someone who knows how to fix it can be like searching for a needle in a haystack. Traditional mechanics often lack the necessary training and certification to handle EV repairs. This isn't just about knowing how to turn a wrench, it's about understanding high-voltage electrical systems, sophisticated software, and advanced diagnostic tools. Without this expertise, even a minor issue can become a major headache. Now, consider the frustration of an EV owner. You've already made a significant investment in your car, and it breaks down. That happens. Instead of a quick trip to the local mechanic, you're faced with the daunting task of finding a trained technician. If you do manage to locate one, you'll likely have to deal with long wait times and high costs due to the specialized nature of the work. And let's not forget that these technicians are often in urban centers, leaving those in rural or suburban areas with even fewer options. The scarcity of trained technicians doesn't just complicate repairs, it also drives up costs. With fewer experts available, those who are qualified can charge premium rates. This makes repairing an EV not only inconvenient, but also expensive. For many owners, the combined hassle and cost, instead of sinking more money into a car that's already proving to be a burden, they opt to cut their losses and send it to the junkyard. This technician shortage exposes a critical flaw in the push towards widespread EV adoption. While many manufacturers and policymakers are eager to see more electric cars on the road, the infrastructure to support them is lagging behind. Without enough trained professionals to maintain and repair these vehicles, the promise of hassle-free, eco-friendly driving falls flat. It's one thing to sell a car that's good for the environment, but it's another to ensure that the car can be easily and affordably maintained. Until the industry catches up and produces enough skilled technicians, EV owners will continue to face significant challenges that make these cars a less attractive option. Reliability issues. Let's talk about another major issue that's causing a lot of EV owners to throw in the towel and send their cars to the junkyard after just the first breakdown. Reliability concerns. Despite all the marketing and shiny promises of a green future, EVs are proving to be far less reliable than their combustion engine counterparts. In fact, studies have shown that EVs can experience up to 80% more problems than traditional gas-powered cars, leading to increased breakdowns and a whole lot of frustration. When we talk about reliability, we're looking at how often a vehicle needs repairs and maintenance. For years, traditional cars have been getting more and more reliable thanks to decades of engineering improvements and a vast network of repair shops. EVs, on the other hand, are still relatively new to the scene, and their technology, while advanced, hasn't yet reached the same level of dependability. But one of the biggest issues is the battery. While it is the heart of an EV, it's also its Achilles heel. See, batteries degrade over time, losing capacity and efficiency. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It can significantly impact the vehicle's range and performance. And when battery problems arise, they're not cheap or easy to fix. Replacing an EV can cost thousands of dollars, often making the car not worth repairing. But it's not just the batteries. The advanced electronics and software system in EVs are prone to glitches and malfunctions. From issues with the infotainment system to problems with the vehicle's sensors and control units, these cars are packed with tech that can go wrong. And when it does, it often requires specialized knowledge and equipment to fix, which, as we've discussed, is in short supply. The high rate of problems means that EV owners are spending more time and money on repairs. And it's not just about the initial cost of the vehicle. It's about the ongoing maintenance and the likelihood that something will break down. For many owners, the dream of a low-maintenance, eco-friendly vehicle quickly turns into a nightmare of unexpected expenses and frequent trips to the shop. The reliability concerns are a stark contrast to the image of EVs as the future of transportation. For those of us who are skeptical about the EV revolution, this is a glaring example of why these vehicles aren't ready to replace our trusty combustion engines. Traditional cars have their issues, sure, but they've also had a century to iron out the kinks. EVs in their current state are far from reaching that level of dependability. So what happens when your brand new EV breaks down after just a year or two? Given the high cost of repairs and the likelihood of future problems, many owners decide it's not worth the hassle or the money to fix. Instead, they cut their losses and send the car to the junkyard. It's a harsh reality check for those who bought into the hype without considering the practical implications. In the end, reliability is a key factor in vehicle ownership, and EVs are falling short. The increased likelihood of problems, coupled with high repair costs and a lack of trained technicians, makes them a risky investment. For many, the promise of a greener future isn't enough to outweigh the practical challenges and financial burdens of owning an EV. As more owners face these issues, the shiny allure of electric vehicles is starting to fade, revealing a technology that may not be as ready for widespread adoption as we've been led to believe. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel so you can enjoy more videos like this.